All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unraveling an epic narrative that perfectly blends ancient mythology, deep-rooted history, and incredibly powerful modern faith. It's a story that kicks off on a legendary battlefield and ends right in the hearts of millions today.
Now, you might be wondering, walk into almost any major temple, and you're going to see gods depicted in full form, right? They're wielding weapons, standing tall, or sitting majestically. But at the incredibly famous Khatu Shyam Temple in Rajasthan, millions of devotees passionately worship just a head. Seriously, a head beautifully adorned with flowers and a crown, but absolutely no body. Why? Well, let's uncover the secret behind this bodiless deity.
Section 1. The God without a body. Okay, let's dive into this. To actually understand this mystery, we've got to travel thousands of years back in time, straight to the era of the great epic, the Mahabharata.
So, our main guy here, he has an absolutely incredible pedigree. Originally, this figure was known as Barbarika, and get this, he was the grandson of the legendary Pandava warrior Bhima, the guy famous for his superhuman physical strength. Barbarika's parents were Gatotkacha and the Princess Ahalavati, also known as Marvi. Because of this super unique bloodline, Barbarika inherited both devastating human strength and the crazy magical powers of illusion and shapeshifting known as Maya. Essentially, he was a phenomenally overpowered warrior right out of the gate.
But immense physical strength alone wasn't quite enough for him. Section 2, Warrior with 3 Arrows. Let's see how Barbarika took his power to unimaginable heights through intense devotion.
After years of really severe penance, Lord Shiva granted Barbarika a truly divine arsenal. But it wasn't some massive army or 100 weapons. It was literally just 3 arrows. 3! And this brilliantly illustrates why he was so feared. Just listen to this chilling mathematical efficiency. Step 1. He fires the first arrow and it acts almost like a digital scanner, marking all the enemies on the battlefield. Step 2. The second arrow marks all the allies who need to be saved. And step 3, the final arrow instantly wipes out every single marked enemy, and then, get this, it safely zips right back into his quiver. He didn't need foot soldiers or cavalry. Barbarika alone was a walking, completely unstoppable army.
And that brings us to this wildly fascinating anecdote from our sources. Right before the massive Kurukshetra war kicked off, Lord Krishna realized that this young warrior could single-handedly end the whole battle in, seconds. So, to test him, Krishna disguises himself as an old Brahmin and challenges Barbarika to pierce every single leaf on a massive peepal tree. But sneakily, Krishna hides one leaf right under his foot. Barbarika fires, and the magical arrow pierces every leaf on the tree and then immediately swoops down and just hovers right over Krishna's foot, waiting to mark that hidden leaf. I mean, wow. At that exact moment, Krishna knew exactly what he was dealing with.
But having absolute, unbeatable power wasn't really the problem here. The real danger was a massive complication triggered by a super well-intentioned vow. Section 3, the ultimate sacrifice.
Before heading off to the war, Barbarika made a really solemn promise to his mother. He told her, "I will always fight for the weaker side." Now that sounds perfectly noble, right? He just wanted to be the ultimate protector. But as we're about to see, this simple little promise created an absolutely terrifying paradox.
Think about it like this. If Barbarika joins the weaker side, let's say it's the Pandavas, his unbeatable arrows instantly make the other side, the Kauravas, the weaker ones. Bound by a sacred vow, he'd be forced to immediately switch sides to defend the Kauravas. But the second he does that, boom, the Pandavas become the weaker side again, forcing him to switch back. Back and forth he'd go. The terrifying result of all this? Complete and total annihilation. He would systematically wipe out everyone on the battlefield until Barbarika was literally the last person standing.
So, to stop the world from just destroying itself through this paradox, the disguised Krishna asked Barbarika for a dan, a charitable gift that a warrior basically cannot refuse. And what did he ask for? His head. No way, right? This is the breathtaking climax of the story. Barbarika, suddenly realizing that this old Brahmin was actually Lord Krishna, unhesitatingly sacrifices his own head. He just made one simple request in return. He asked that his severed head be placed up on a high hill, just so he could watch the entire 18-day epic war unfold.
When that devastating war finally wrapped up, the victorious Pandava brothers started arguing over who was truly responsible for the win. To settle the whole debate, Krishna took them straight to Barbarika's head,
literally the only completely impartial witness who saw every single moment. And Barbarika delivered this profoundly deep insight. He said, "I saw no human win. I saw only Krishna's Sudarshan chakra and Mahakali." He imparted the ultimate lesson that divine forces, not these arguing humans and their giant egos, truly dictated the victory.
Deeply moved by this pure, unparalleled sacrifice, Krishna actually gave Barbarika a powerful blessing. He said that in the current age, the Kali Yuga, Barbarika would be worshipped by Krishna's own name, Shyam. Section 4. Discovery at Shyam Kund. This transitions us beautifully into the historical reality of how his head was actually rediscovered centuries later. So, after the Great War, Barbarika's head was buried in the village of Khatu, which is in modern-day Rajasthan. Fast forward a bunch of years later, and locals start noticing something super strange. A cow was spontaneously releasing her milk directly into the earth at this one very specific spot. Intrigued by this, they naturally excavated the site. And according to tradition, the head was miraculously found perfectly preserved inside a box at a place we now call Shyam Kund. The original temple was built right over this spot in 1027 AD by Rup Singh Chauhan, and it got a big renovation in 1720 AD. Today, a stunning temple made of pure Makrana marble actually stands right there.
But, you might be asking, why does a warrior from thousands of years ago matter to so many people right now, in our modern world? Let's explore this in our final section. Section 5, Support of the Defeated.
Today, Barbarika is affectionately and really widely known as Harika Sahara, which literally translates to the support of the defeated. For millions of people facing life's absolute lowest, most crushing moments, whether they're feeling helpless, entirely lost, or just completely defeated by their circumstances, Baba Khatu Shyam serves as this profound beacon of psychological, emotional, and spiritual support.
In fact, our source materials list 25 specific miracles and blessings widely attributed to him by devotees today. People turn to him for strength when they're healing from serious illnesses, for a way out of massive financial debts, to find employment, and even to restore peace in broken families. It really elegantly grounds this epic, ancient myth into highly relatable, everyday human struggles. It's all about finding relief from modern stress and anxiety when you feel like you literally have nowhere else to turn.
And the sheer scale of devotion this inspires? It's truly staggering. 18. That is the exact number of kilometers that devotees will walk, often entirely barefoot, by the way, carrying these vibrantly colored saffron flags known as nishans. This immense pilgrimage, called the Nishan Yatra, stretches all the way from the town of Ringas right to the Khatu Temple. It serves as a massive, deeply physical expression of their immense gratitude and faith.
Which brings us to a thought I really want to leave you with today. Barbarika gave his very his entire physical existence, for his faith before the war even began. It wasn't an act done in defeat. It was an act of absolute pure devotion. So what sacrifices are we willing to make for ours? Whether it's for our beliefs, our personal goals, or the people we love, the story of Khatu Shyam stands as an incredible reminder of the enduring power of devotion, humility, and sacrifice. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope it sparked your curiosity and gave you a whole new understanding of this amazing piece of history.